I want to welcome everyone to Windermere this morning. Thank you for coming. This morning we're announcing our petition drive to amend the Warren City Charter so that the Blight Court becomes a permanent part of the city government. Our goal is to gather over 5,000 signatures necessary to place this on the ballot in November. We have formed a grassroots organization called Warren Blight Busters. And I'm proud to say that my brother Patrick, who lives on Common Road near Ryan and DeQuinder, in between Ryan and DeQuinder, will head this up. And I've asked him to do that. He's been a long-time activist and cares very much for the city, has lived here all his life as well, and cares about his property values. So I want to thank my brother Pat. I'm confident that this issue will pass, and when it does, City Council will no longer be able to play politics with this issue. For years, the City Council has had the reputation of opposing change and new ways of solving problems. And as you know, I've always stood up to them. This is no different. I think this is the premier issue of my time. This is the biggest issue that threatens our city. And I'm here to say that I fully endorse this petition drive. I am just so happy that we came upon this idea. I want to thank Councilman Mindy Moore, Councilman Keith Sadowski, who are here with us. I'd also like to thank Councilman Mike Chupa for never wavering on this issue and working with us. And I would just finally say that the Blight Court, while it existed for 7 months, was working, and it was working very well. It was everything we needed to make a real impact in our neighborhoods. And to protect our neighborhoods, to protect the homeowners who live there, and protect our property values, I just feel that this is essential, and that is why we're pushing so hard to complete this petition drive and get it in front of the voters for their decision in the November ballot. So with that, I would just like to again thank the council members for being here. I want to thank all my appointed officials who have worked with us throughout the months on this and worked to actually initiate the program and then execute the program. And we know in the administration this was the tool that we needed to really help out the folks that complain about sloppy neighbors and so forth. So with that, I just want to give the two council people that are present here a chance to say what's on their mind. Thank you. Mindy?
Thank you very much, Mayor. Warren has seen a lot of progress in recent times because we tackle problems head-on. The tank plant, General Motors, Heritage Village, and continued economic growth in spite of a poor economy. We have a high bond rating, solid finances, and a growing downtown. We must capitalize on the success and momentum we have and address the growing problem of blight head-on. Blighted and neglected properties are the biggest threat to our neighborhoods. Commercial and residential decay have wreaked havoc on other local communities. The old way of addressing blight doesn't work because the resources were not sufficient. The district court has hard-working judges and staff, but they are not equipped to make this a priority. They must first contend with serious criminal cases. It is not fair to expect the district court to handle all of our blight cases with the narrow time frames we need. The court doesn't have the room, time, or capacity to deal with this. I introduced the Blight Court proposal because it was a new tool given to cities by the legislature. The 7-month record of success of Blight Court and the inspectors has been well documented. The City Council has completely undercut this program using petty personal politics. Do they have a real agenda? They have no agenda. They have a roadblock. Their answer isn't real solutions. It's just say no, regardless of how much sense this makes, because they can't rise above the petty politics and personal vendettas. That's why we're taking this to the voters, because they are the ones most affected by blight. The voters have the most invested in our future, and the voters stand to benefit most from a proactive blight-fighting machine. And the voters are the ones who stand to lose if we don't act quickly. The City Council can complain and wrangle all night long. They love to get their licks in, but when it comes down to it, the city government needs to serve the people and their needs. And this petition Let's voters take this issue in their own hands to decide the future of our families and our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. Keith Sadowski, Councilman.
Very well put, Mindy. You know, this issue for me has been, drew a lot of passion, because you see for the first time where neighbors are being able to talk to city government and say, I need this cleaned up and I need this taken care of. And action was taken rather quickly. And now we're taking that away from our citizens. And I think that through this petition drive, this will, again, for a final time, at least allow residents to know that we're going to be there, we're going to be able to help fight blight within the city of Warren, and we're going to be able to do it in a timely fashion. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for the 37th District Court, but when you look at what they have to deal with, we want them to focus on crime. We want them to focus on things that are important in another degree. You know, when you're talking about criminal activity and when you're talking about blight, two different degrees. Both are very important, but at the same time, we can work to clean up blight and take care of this in a quicker fashion than we have been able to in the past. And that's why I think this petition drive will get a tremendous amount of support out of it, and I think come November, this will change our city charter. Thank you.